I'm Andy.
And I'm Tarik.
Welcome to Beyond Blocks, here to help you get the most out of your Lego.
Every episode we'll be tackling a different theme and reusing our old Lego kits to build something new.
So go grab a kit and come build with us. Geezer, look, this week I found this online.
Is that the Mars Rover?
That is the Mars Rover, Perseverance, and it was built by Not Just Bricks. Found the instructions online. I'll put a link to the instructions in the comments below later.
So how about we make our own Perseverance robot?
That sounds like a great idea.
Fantastic.
Let's take a look at what a Mars Rover looks like then, shall we?
Yeah, go on then. So we got there.
So, yeah, the Mars Rover has got it's got loads of cameras on it. Any ideas how many cameras it's got?
No.
I think it's 23. 23 cameras, right? Okay. So you got so this thing has got a camera right here, a high one that allows you to that allows the rover to see where it's going. I think it's got a rear camera here to see if it's trodden in anything on the surface of the moon.
Brilliant.
And loads of cameras down the bottom and one camera on an articulated arm over here.
Okay.
These rocking wheels as well, what do you think they're for?
Going over rocks.
Yeah, going over rocks. Now, I thought I'd give this a little go, right? So it's a Mars Rover. I didn't have any Mars bars, so I got some Snickers bars instead.
Brilliant.
So I just want to see how well the Mars Rover actually handles the surface of Mars. It's about as good as I can do at short notice.
Go on then, it looks good. So this is like fully robotronic, this building, this construction that you've got there.
Oh, totally. It's it's got a brain of its own and motors and articulated wheels and everything. Honestly, that's to be proud. Here we go. Let's connect that bad boy and let's see it go. Phew, at least it went in the right direction. Oh, look at that. That's pretty cool. I kind of see what it's supposed to be doing, right?
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
So if we were to build our own, we'd need to make sure we had, I don't know, I'd say like a wide base on the bottom, quite a few cameras. I think the most important thing for me is that these rocker wheels here,
right.
Maybe some like extra wheels for steering column, and then this articulated thing here. So add as many cameras as you like, and bam, you've got a Mars Rover, right?
Hopefully, yeah, exactly. I mean,
right.
I don't know. It's a bit of an odd design. I think NASA could have done better. Let's be honest here. I'm just going to put this out there. I think NASA could have done better with the design of the Perseverance rover. I don't know how you feel, but
definitely, I feel like it's it's lacking in the looks department. It's not going to win any awards
exactly. Because let's be honest, we all wanted to see Wall-E on Mars. That's all we wanted to see, wasn't it? Like,
for sure.
They really should have gone to Disney for the design specs of Wall-E. Just built the same thing and stuck that on Mars. That's all anyone wants to see.
For sure. I mean, how many people were disappointed with the fact that it had no tracks and no cute eyes?
No, exactly. Absolutely, yeah. Right, so what are you going to be building with?
So I've decided to build with an old Lego Technic set.
So you're going to attempt to recreate the Mars, like the Perseverance Mars rover, using an old 1980s Lego Technic. What's that? A digger?
Yeah, actually, check this out. I actually think it's a 1990s cherry picker.
Okay.
I've got a story about cherry pickers. Actually, I was looking for a job once, and I actually thought they meant a person to pick cherries from a tree. What they actually meant was a person to drive one of these things.
There you go.
Quite a different job.
Disappointing.
So, strangely, I didn't get the job. I'm a bit gutted about that. But anyway, so this is what I'm building with. I'm building with a cherry picker. But it's only got 4 wheels, so I'm adding an extra 2 wheels.
Okay.
Set.
Okay. Brilliant.
What are you building with?
Well, I've just raided the old Lego bucket, and I've just come up. I took a picture of the Mars rover, and I was like, right, What do I need? I need like as many grey pieces as possible. As many kind of beigey pieces. I don't know what, you know. I don't know. It kind of seemed a bit beige. I pulled out some white pieces. So, you know, a mixed bag of stuff. Obviously, the 6 wheels, some articulated little bits and pieces. So, I don't know. We'll see how far I can.
All right, let's see where we get with that. This is great. I love the fact that one of us is going from a purely functional perspective, and the other one's like, I just want it to be the right colour.
Mine may end up looking like Wally. We'll see. Okay, so the format of this show is, while we're doing the build, we're going to be asking each other some general knowledge questions on the theme of the build. Obviously, this episode, we're focusing on the Mars rover and Mars, so we're going to be firing some questions back and forth and keeping tabs on who gets the most correct answers. So, should we get started?
Yeah, let's do it.
Alright, let's go for it. Alright, Geese, do you want to go first?
Alright, how many planets are there in the solar system?
How many planets are there in the solar system? That would be 8, sir.
8? Oh, are you sure about that? Is that your final answer?
Well, it keeps changing. It's like every year they take a planet away, they add 2 more planets. Do you know what I mean? It keeps updating itself. I don't know what NASA are trying to do with us all. Some of us need to like pass exams and stuff, you know, and like know the correct number. I'm gonna say it's 8 at the moment.
8 at the moment. I would say that you've got that one. 1 point to you.
Fantastic. Go on. Right, can you name them? In order.
In order. Hang about. Alright, so it was my very energetic mother. Just.
And here we go, because this is where it now gets confusing, right? My very energetic mother just served us pizza. That was the old mnemonic, which is a great word, mnemonic. And I don't know if you're supposed to say the m in mnemonic, but I want to. Mnemonic. I think it's just mnemonic, isn't it? But mnemonic is a fantastic word.
Neptune's in there, right?
Of course it is, yeah. So what was 9 pizzas, wasn't it?
Then in that case, it works fine. My energetic mother just served us nothing.
Ah, there you go. That's very good. What a wonderful mnemonic.
It's a kind of strange image, though. Your mother being like really energetic and actually just not really doing anything at all.
Yeah, I know, yeah. Just like pottering about in the kitchen going like, right, I've got to do this, right, I've got to do that, I've got to do that. And you're like, Mum, what's going on? What are you going to make me? What are you serving us? What are you serving us, mother? She's like, nothing.
Nothing. Nothing. I've just decided not to do it.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. So, of the 8 planets, right?
Yes.
How many of them are terrestrial?
I'm going to say... I don't know. I'm going to say 3. 4. I meant 4. 3. Definitely 3. 3.5?
It's 50-50. What's it going to be?
I'm going for 3. 4.
Right.
Definitely 4. 4.
Oh, that's it.
Definitely 4.
Yes, it is 4. Name them.
Mercury. Earth.
Yep.
Mars.
Yep.
And it's... Or is it... It's Neptune.
No. Unlucky.
It's
You got the first
Uranus,
point.
isn't it? It's Uranus.
My anus has got nothing to do with any of this.
Oh, I meant, you know what I meant.
So Uranus is actually a ice giant.
But, you know, that's near enough.
I'm not sure. You can't
Near
ice
enough.
as a rock. You can't ice as a rock.
Yeah, I think it's rocky. All right, whatever. What's the correct answer?
It is all the ones closest to the sun. So, Mercury, Venus, Earth, and Mars, of course.
Venus. Isn't that made of fire and desire?
Apparently so, yeah. Apparently so.
Good. All right. No point for me. My question.
I think so.
So we've listed the planets in order, right? So we have Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus. How do you pronounce that, really? Do we have to say Uranus because everyone's too ashamed to say Uranus?
Where did the name Uranus come from anyway? I mean, surely it must have come from a generation of people who didn't find Uranus funny.
Perhaps the anus was discovered after Uranus. Maybe the anus is named after Uranus. Maybe someone just had someone went to the doctor going like, oh God, I've got these bad hemorrhoids. And the doctor was like, that looks like Uranus.
Oh, that is really bad. That's some seriously bad hemorrhoids.
I know, but I hope people will watch this and learn
like a
that.
giant Uranus, apparently.
I'm going to copyright that fact, okay? If anyone wants to name me, if anyone wants to be like, actually, I saw a video, a scientific video where someone said that Uranus was...
Tarik's law.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. I'll be happy with that one.
It's what you'll go down in history for.
Right, anyway, my question was, so you've got the planets in order, right? So Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune. Okay, now list them in size order.
That's a killer.
It is a tough one. I apologise, but this is for
in size order. Jupiter's massive. Jupiter was. I think Jupiter's the biggest one.
Okay. Yes.
Does it matter that I go big or small? Obviously, Pluto would have been the smallest. That's why it's been relegated from being a planet.
Yeah, I know. But whatever. It's a dwarf, isn't it? Is that politically correct to call it a dwarf?
I don't think so. I think you have to call it a
vertically
challenged planet.
Yeah. Okay, so it's a vertically challenged planet, so we're not going with Pluto. Okay,
so I've got both ends, and now it's working through the middle, right? Yeah. Those mid-tablers.
Yes.
All right. I think I reckon that the term giant in gas giants and ice giants really kind of gives the game away a little bit. So I'm going to start working from that side because we got Jupiter, which is massive, and then we got I reckon Saturn next.
Okay.
Followed by Uranus, Neptune.
Oh my God!
Oh, that look on your face! I looked up.
I'm shocked.
For a second there. I reckon it's got to be. I reckon then it's Neptune and Uranus.
So what? Like Jupiter, Saturn.
Jupiter.
Yeah.
Saturn.
Yeah.
Neptune.
Oh.
Man.
The other one, the big hemorrhoid planet.
Oh, Uranus.
Yeah.
Neptune.
Yes.
It's not those little ones though. No, because Mercury's tiny. Mercury's a tiddler.
Yeah. I think Mercury should be banned. I think it should be taken out. Why is Mercury still in there? Pluto must be really but what about Mercury? Why is he still there?
I think it's favouritism.
I think it is.
Because it's close to us. It's one of our neighbours.
Exactly, it's too near. It's
let that one in.
I'm right there next to the sun. Yeah, big buddies with the sun. Pluto's all the way out in the outer reaches of the solar system. I think it's harsh. It
is a bit harsh. I mean, it's not done anything to deserve it, really.
No.
I see you've got you got quite a big base going on there, but
yeah, got a bit of a blocky kind of. That's the central chassis of the
right.
the rover.
I'm seeing that.
I guess the Mars rover doesn't really have a central chassis, but in my imagination it does.
This bad boy, it's got a massive chassis. In fact, I think it's basically, the reason we were so disappointed in it from a design point of view is it's only got a chassis.
So, yeah, go on, so you were down to, so you've got
Oh wait, so I'm down to them inners, right?
Yeah.
Those inners have got to be in this order, I reckon. Is Mars bigger or smaller than the Earth? Because I reckon Venus is the smallest one, and then Mercury the second smallest, and then it's between Earth and Mars.
No, you don't believe that. You're lying.
What?
No way.
All right, so I reckon Venus is the smallest. It's tiny. No one ever talks about Venus. It's because it's probably insignificantly
That's just
small.
because it's made of fire and desire.
So yeah, I reckon Venus is like the smallest, and then Mercury is the next smallest, and then I reckon for third and fourth place we've got Earth and Mars, and you can throw them in whatever order. So I think they're about the same size. Mercury's just the same as Earth, but it's red, as far as I'm concerned.
Very scientific. Very, very scientific.
Definitely, it's just identical. It's exactly the same.
Right. So you're going with like Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, Earth and Mars are about the same. All right, Mars, Earth, and then Mercury, Venus. That's your final answer.
Basically, I think what I've done is just basically put them in the order that they are from the Sun, assuming that they've lined themselves up in ascending, size order as well.
So incorrect on many counts, unfortunately. So from biggest to smallest, it would be you started so well. Right, so you got Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus,
Jupiter,
Neptune, Earth, Venus, Mars, Mercury.
Are you kidding?
No, that's the truth. That is a fact. That's a fact. Okay.
Hang on. One of them ones that's an ice giant, right, is actually not that big.
That's correct. It's just a giant piece of ice. That's all.
It's not really that big
like,
at
can
all.
I have some ice? It's like, here you go. No.
Wait, that's an ice giant.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, of course.
I want a nice dwarf. Have you got an ice dwarf, please? And Pluto rocks up, going like, "Well, I'm a dwarf planet." So Mars is actually the second smallest planet, which I'm disappointed about. I'm disappointed.
I can feel it. I can feel the tangible disappointment.
Yeah. I do think, I'm all excited about the Mars expedition, but I don't know. We need to go to the big bad boys of the solar system. Do you know what I mean? Go on in. Your question.
Okay, my one is between Earth and Mars. What one's got the longest orbit around the Sun?
Longest orbit around the Sun. It's going to be
50-50.
It's going to be Mars, isn't it? It's going to be Mars. It's Mars. That's Mars.
Yes, it is.
Because it's like...
around, right? So it's going to take a bit longer to get around.
Right.
I think that's going to be the case, right? It's a bit further out.
Absolutely. Yeah, unless it was like super fast. Unless you're just on a mission, just like, gonna beat Earth. You know what I mean?
Alright. How many days is it? How many Earth days does it take?
I was going to say like 2 years. Look, I don't know. That's, about 2 years. It's not very time.
Mate, I'm going to give you that. I've got to give you that because it is actually about 2 years.
Wow, okay. How many Earth days?
687.
Okay, so that is not about 2 years, but it's close enough to about 2 years.
I'd take the point if I were you.
Absolutely. Believe me, I am. Awesome. All right. Okay. Good question. Okay, my question. What do you think the average temperature on Mars is?
Average temperature?
Yeah.
Because it's red, I get the impression that it's hot, but it's further away from the sun, so it's got to be cold. Oh man,
so you think it's just red because it's so hot? It's like molten rock.
Yeah, I'm just imagining it. And otherwise, why would it be red? Is that a question? I imagine
that is a question. We can bonus point. Why is it so red?
Got loads of iron on it.
Yes, iron. No, I'll give you it. You can get
iron oxide.
Iron oxide. There you go.
Iron oxide. There you go. It's close enough.
Iron oxide.
So yeah, all right, but that's the reason it's red, and not because it's like it's not because it's hot. Okay, so then it's cold.
It's cold, but how cold? And I'm going to need a number. I'm sorry.
I'm going to go for about 4 degrees on average. About 4 degrees Celsius. Because it's not freezing, right? If it was freezing, but then there's not a lot of water there. So So they're looking for water at the moment, but otherwise, I reckon it's pretty cold. 4 degrees. That's my final answer.
Okay. Well, I'm going to give you nothing for that. So I apologise.
Really? Was that bad?
Yeah, it was quite bad. So it's like minus 63 centigrade.
I was a bit off there.
63 on average, which is pretty
Oh,
cold.
wow. Okay, related to my last question then. Between Earth and Mars, which planet has the longest day?
Longest day. Okay, right. Now, we've already established that Mars is smaller than Earth. So its full rotation should take less time. Maybe.
I mean, the rotation isn't going to be affected by what size it is, right? Is it?
Well, I'm inclined to say it would, but it depends on the speed of the rotation. And what's that? What is that gravity that directs the speed of the rotation, or do all planets rotate at the same rate?
It depends. Depends on how quick you bash it at the beginning.
Exactly. Yeah. And who bashed it? That's a good question.
Because the rotation, I suppose, comes from the Big Bang, right? They start off with a certain amount of
but
so okay. I don't think that's related personally.
I'm going to say no. I'm going to say, what was the question?
It was which one has the longest day?
I'm going to say
between
Mars.
Earth and Mars. Which one's got the longest day?
Right. I'm going to say Mars has the longest day.
And you're absolutely right, but by not very much.
Oh wow!
How long do you think? How much longer do you think Mars's day is compared to the Earth?
20 minutes.
I'll give you that. It's actually 37 minutes.
Oh really?
Yeah, 37 minutes, 24 hours and 37 minutes.
Well, that's interesting. That is interesting. That's actually very interesting. I like that fact. Okay, things are starting to go places kind of here. I don't know about you, but I've got some articulation happening. My first point of articulation.
Let's have a look.
There you go.
Ooh, nice. As you start looking at the challenges and breaking it down into the individual pieces.
Right.
I'm just using what's in front of you to actually make those things.
Absolutely. And this is the joy. This is the joy of these kind of things, because it's all about kind of problem solving with, limited materials, right?
Oh, for sure.
How am I going to fashion something? How am I going to fashion what I need with what's in front of me? So, do you know how much the rover weighs?
The rover itself, right? Just the thing, just the thing with the wheels, not the helicopter thing. Because they sent some.
It comes out of its bum, doesn't it? And then it.
Does it really?
Out of its belly.
Hang on, are you telling me that this thing here contains the helicopter?
I think it's its belly more its bum. But I don't really know the anatomy. I don't know what NASA would define as its bum and its belly. But
I'm sure NASA has a whole team working on that.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Okay, how much does it weigh? I reckon 200 kilograms.
200 kilograms.
How heavy is a car? A car will be about a ton, right? I reckon, about 250 kilograms.
Okay, 250 kilograms?
Yeah. Oh, come on. Come on.
I don't know the answer. Sorry. No, I didn't.
You just made up a question completely on the fly.
Yeah. I was curious. I hope you had the answer. So I'm going to say you're right, just because I don't know.
You can say I'm right and then give me the point anyway and look it up later.
Yeah, okay.
What does that articulated arm do? The NASA's articulated arm, does it pick things up? Or does it just snake?
It's like a vacuum cleaner or something. It's just cleaning up the rubbish on Mars.
That's really good of us. Yeah. I suppose it is Wally at the end of the day. That's his job, is go up and clean up the solar system.
Exactly. This is the Mars Wally mission.
This is a dream.
It's a camera, is it not?
Oh yes, I remember. They did. They do actually have. It's got a camera on it, and it takes selfies, and that's actually not even a joke.
Brilliant. Oh, brilliant.
Yeah.
Really? So it like turns up and it looks back at itself and like it doesn't like the pouch, the kind of.
Yep.
Brilliant. That's
Yeah,
what I want to
that's
see.
it.
I want to see stuff like that on Mars. You know.
Who's go? Yours?
Fine. Go on then.
Probably.
What was the first ever rover to rove around Mars?
What a great question. I know they were called something like Curiosity and Insight or something. I think it was Curiosity. Oh, they had some great names. Curiosity, okay, was the other ones? Curiosity, Insight, and Spirit. Okay, I'm thinking Spirit.
Nope.
Oh, no way!
I know. And this is the bizarre thing, right? Because everyone's kind of getting excited about, like, oh, we're on Mars. But we've sent a bunch of things to Mars before, but some of them just kind of disappeared. Some of them just didn't make it, which is amazing.
Oh, really?
You think, yeah. But some just kind of they just disappeared. Like, we lost contact with them. They escaped. They were like, I don't know, the AI was just like, I ain't reporting this back to NASA. They probably found like aliens and stuff, or the Martians disabled the computer and all of that. So we just lost contact. They just disappeared, and they're out there still on Mars, like built a cave or whatever, and like set up a little community of rovers, you know. But so yeah, we've been to Mars before, man. This isn't like a huge deal.
What's amazing is how coordinated it all was, where they said, we're just going to launch loads of them. Just loads of them. So, like, we hear all this stuff about the main one, Perseverance, but there's, 2, 3 other ones up there right now?
Right.
And, us in the West, we're not really talking about the other ones, are we?
Absolutely.
That ain't getting any attention at all.
Yeah. But they haven't landed, right? They're still in the orbit. They're still in Mars' orbit. So to be fair, they have not landed.
But I don't think they ever planned to land, right? You got to give them credit where it's due, right? They didn't intend to land, right? So
okay.
You can say.
But did they really not plan to land, or were they not able to land, and they were like, it's all right, we didn't want to land anyway.
Didn't want to land anyway.
We never tried to land. We just wanted to enter the orbit.
I reckon it was more of that, actually, to be honest. I'm just sticking windmills on mine. I'm sticking decorations on.
Oh, you're lucky, aren't you? I wish I was at that.
Yeah, I know. I'm just being smug.
I am nowhere near the decoration stage. This should be like a test if you want to apply for a job at NASA. Do you know what I mean? They should be like, all right, here's a bunch of Lego, make a Mars rover, and if you come up with something that looks like that, they're like, nope. You know.
If you come up with something that looks like that, they'll probably employ you. Have you seen the Perseverance?
Yeah. That's not.
I think it'll be fine. Don't worry about it.
All right, your question, I believe.
All right. It says that what has Alexander Mather got to do with a Perseverance rover?
Who?
Yeah, exactly.
Alexander
Mather.
Did he? What's he got to do with a Perseverance? Alexander. Sounds very kind of upper class British fellow. Alexander Mather. So Alexander
I'm not sure
Mather.
you're being more wrong.
Really? So is that a redneck American or something?
I'm not sure, to be honest. I might have to ask him after.
Alexander Mather. Oh God. He was the first. No, it was rubbish. Yes, because they asked people to send their names, isn't it? Did you have to make a donation and then you send your name and then they put it on a chip and sent that chip in the Perseverance to Mars, which I think is a con. Who cares about your name being on a chip on Mars, right?
Really?
Yeah.
But wouldn't it be amazing? Like, if it landed on Mars and they were like, who is this Tarik person?
Who would say that?
The Martians, of course.
The Martians, of course. Right.
We go there.
Yeah, I guess maybe you might be right. But I don't think that's going to happen, so
I bet Alexander Mather's name is like on the. He's probably got his name on a chip that's in the. It's on Mars right now.
Go on and tell me who's like Alexander Mather.
Pretty close. You're pretty close. I'll give you another crack at it if you want it.
I should really build and think at the same time, didn't I? Just stop there. No. Oh God, he was the chief designer of the.
Oh, not bad, not bad. I'm gonna have to stop you there though. He was neither of the above. He was a high school kid. He was a high school kid.
Can I update my guess?
Go on.
He named the Perseverance.
Ta-da! Spot on. He named the Perseverance.
There you
go. So the Perseverance was named because it was a part of a competition where they asked some school kids to come up with a name for the Perseverance, and his name was his submission was really good, so they said, all right, yeah, you can have it, and they invited him down to Cape Canaveral or wherever it was that they launched it from.
Do you think it's a good name?
Well, initially I thought, I was sort of not too bothered about it actually, but when you read what he said,
right.
Like his submission was fantastic. He says, so he's building on all the names of the previous rovers, which is why it was called Curiosity.
Right.
But his specific letter to NASA said, it goes like this. He says, Curiosity, Insight, Spirit. All the names of the previous Mars rovers are qualities that we possess as humans. We're always curious and seek opportunity. We have the spirit and insight to explore the moon, Mars, and beyond. But if rovers are to be the qualities of us as a race, we are missing one important thing: perseverance. I thought, wow, that's really good. I mean, it was a really well argued case. So,
did you memorise that entire speech or letter?
Maybe.
Yeah. Fair dues, Alexander Mather. Sir Alexander of Mather. Fair dues to you, sir. I am moderately impressed. I am quite impressed. Would you like to have named? Did you know about that? Did you enter the competition?
Did I? Was it open to the whole world?
I think
open to US high schools.
Oh, really? I guess it is then.
Yeah, a bit.
I guess it's.
That's what I think, anyway.
Right.
But I mean, it would be pretty harsh if it was named by a Russian.
So, going back to the question, no, I like your joke, but the penny dropped a little late, but.
That was months after.
I know, yeah. Bit slow. Bit busy though, I'm persevering with my perseverance. So the first Mars rover was actually launched by the Soviets. In 1971, 1971, a Mars rover landed on the red planet, so-called because of its...
Was it a red planet before the Soviets got there or after?
Oh, isn't that fascinating? Maybe they just took a lot of iron oxide. Like, we turned this planet to red. That's brilliant. I love it. And if the Americans got there first, they would have had a lot of iron oxide and calcium and...
Cobalt chloride.
Brilliant. And they would have just made it look like the American flag. But they didn't get there first, so it's the red planet. It's the Russian planet.
No wonder they're still sore about it. They were hoping to call it the red, white and blue planet, but they lost out.
Look, I've made my little camera thing stand, which I'm quite happy
with. That's a beauty!
think it would be about there.
Oh, well, that's a beauty. Really like that. Oh no, I'm doing some reverse engineering and trying to make up for a mistake from earlier, and obviously I've gone and taken the whole thing apart now. And it's all
I had a bit of that, yeah. All right, my question.
Yes.
So, So we talked about. Did we talk about Ingenuity? So who named Ingenuity?
Ingenuity? Is that another one? Is that another one of the?
That's your little helicopter in the Perseverance's bum. That's Ingenuity.
It wasn't Alexander Mather.
Huh?
I don't think that was Alexander Mather.
Right, yeah. So Alexander
maybe
Mather.
they kind of had some of the bits named already, just in case they did get,
in case all the applications were rubbish. Imagine that.
Yeah, exactly.
We
better name 50% of it.
Yeah.
And then, it doesn't look too bad.
So Ingenuity, yeah, that's that is the helicopter thing you probably seen came out of its belly or its bum or some part of its rump. That's a nice
when
word.
does it decide to release its payload?
Release it. Gonna go somewhere dodgy with that, but did it just come straight out? Did it was just like, all right, we're here. Was it just like the little kid in the back of the car going like, "Are we there? Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Are we there?"
Yeah.
So yeah, and then it was just like, "Fine, God, man, go and play," and he was just like, "Wicked."
Then he opens his belly or his bum or rump or whatever it is, and out he goes.
Right. So, but what is special about Ingenuity? What is special about Ingenuity? Not like the human quality Ingenuity, the helicopter Ingenuity.
What's special about it? The reason that we're building the Perseverance today and not Ingenuity is because Ingenuity is even worse looking than Perseverance. It's just a square box with a parachute on it.
I think it was actually made out of Lego. Do you know what I mean?
Really?
No. But it looks like it. Do you know what I mean? It looks like it's just thrown together.
I thought you just gave me the answer there. All right, what's special about Ingenuity? Oh, gosh, what a question.
Right, do you want the answer?
No, I'm going to take a guess. What's special about Ingenuity? I think it's got really crazy propellers. I reckon it's powered by nuclear energy. That's it. That's what I think is special about it. It's powered by nuclear energy. That's nowhere near the answer, is it? You're giving me a look.
It might be. I don't know though. It might be. You might be completely right, but that's not what I had in mind. So,
right.
Unless you know that for a fact, I'm going to say no.
I haven't got a clue.
All right. So it was the first, or will be, or whenever it's going to fly, it's going to be the first first vehicle to have flown on another planet.
That's a great fact.
Yeah, it's quite impressive, that, isn't it? If you ask me, I think that's something that I don't know. It's like one of those things. Like, I was talking to a mate, and have you heard like they've sent back like recordings of like wind on Mars?
Wind on Mars?
Wind on Mars. They've been like, yeah. So they sent back recordings of wind on Mars, right? And I said this to my mate, at work. I'm like, yeah. So this is the deal, and he was like, well, what's it sound like? And I'm like, it sounds like wind. What's wind sound like? I'm like, it's like, like wind. And he's like, well, that's disappointing. I'm like, no.
What do you want it to sound like? What do you want it to sound like?
No, yeah, really, like laser wind, like ziong,
The wind on Mars is just, completely different beast.
Man,
I love it. You've got you got the 5 wheels, the 6 wheels on there.
Yes, I'm kind of getting there, but are they fully functional is another question. Which are
they facing in the right direction as well? That's it. Oh, I love it.
Kind of. I might have to make some amendments at some point, but things are looking
Love the way that it rocks. I mean, it literally rocks.
Yeah, brilliant. Heavy metal perseverance. It couldn't be heavy metal, could it? Because it would crash land.
I guess it is heavy metal, because how much was it? 250 kilograms. So, some unknown weight, actually.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. It's not important how expensive it was. Alright, so we've got some articulation going on here. The wheels don't quite go flat. I need to do something about that. Perhaps.
I might give it some headlights or something. I'm going to give it some backlights, actually. Some reverse.
Like there's traffic on Mars.
Yeah, exactly. Just for when rush hour comes, people know when he's going backwards. Careful!
To be fair, there could be traffic on Mars, couldn't there? I mean, with all these lost robots that we've lost contact with, all these rovers. Like, so the Soviet one was called Mars 4, which I think, again, is like a letdown. They could have been a bit more inventive. They should have got Alexander Mather on the cast, you know.
It just wasn't around at the time. You know, do you remember I just took my my whole thing apart halfway through the build just to add this extra piece? I'm like,
oh, yeah.
I'm not doing anything with it. I added this bit in the middle here. So I really need a bit in the middle. It's like, it's not doing anything. Waste. Nearly wrecked the whole thing just to achieve absolutely nothing at all. I don't know, everything that I've done with these rocking wheels so far has just proven that I don't think NASA have got this idea of the rocking wheels right. It looks good.
Yeah.
But like, when I tried it with my WeDo set earlier, and now that I'm trying it with this, it doesn't really work.
Really?
Yeah, I think they've got it all wrong. I reckon that that Perseverance is going to be persevering, trying to get over anything with those wheels. Because seriously, they are not. Yeah, they're not functioning at all.
Right. Imagine that. Imagine if it got there, if Perseverance had got there to Mars, and then it just got stuck in a rock straight away, just like knocking up against the rock, you know, or like in a little crater.
Should have asked Andy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Give us another question then.
Well, no, it's your turn, isn't it? It's your turn.
Okay, cool. Where does Mars get its name from?
Mars, the god of war. The god of war.
God of war. It's not the Mars bar.
No, right. Which is kind of a rubbish chocolate bar, if you ask me. It's like, you've got the Snickers there, and I'm not surprised you just had Snickers lying around your house, but not Mars. Who just has Mars lying around their house? I don't think anyone does.
No, totally pointless. Definitely got to be the Snickers every time.
Yeah.
All right, but is that the Roman god of Mars, the Roman god of war, or the Greek god of war?
Of course, it's the Roman.
Think so. What was the god of war in Greece?
They didn't like war. They liked peace, didn't they?
They were a peaceful bunch. They didn't go anywhere near war.
It's just a bunch of like philosophers and mathematicians.
Absolutely.
What are they going to do? What are they going to fight about? Nothing. You know what I mean?
Isn't that's why the Greek Empire ended, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Just not enough. Not warlike enough.
Do you actually know the answer though? The Greek god of war. It's one of those. Is it like Zeus or something? I'm going to say Zeus.
Yes, it's Zeus, isn't it?
Right.
We might want to look that one up.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to call it a day there. So,
yeah, me too.
Let's see if it does move. It moves vaguely.
That is moving. Do you want to do the
wheels are turning. Two of the wheels are kind of like on an incline like that. But whatever.
Yeah, there though.
There we go. Right, I'm just going to leave it at that. Here, ladies and gentlemen, is my Perseverance. Mars
What a beauty.
Rover. Go on, let's have a look at yours.
Can you hold yours up to the screen actually? Because I've only got the top view of it.
Oh, right. So here we go. Full 360 kind of.
It's much better from here, actually. That looks fantastic from the sides.
Right.
And you've like the main camera at the top, the articulated wheels, the articulated arm. That's brilliant. That looks great.
I haven't quite got 23 cameras. Was it 23?
Yeah.
I've got
I'm not sure, but I think it's 23 cameras,
I've
yeah.
got 1, 2, if we can call that a
Two.
camera.
Yeah, let's call that camera.
Alright.
And then let's just use our imagination for the rest of them.
There you go, exactly, yeah. Brilliant.
Oh,
What you got?
cool. Here's mine. So, I started off from a totally different point. Like, you started off from the flat base.
Yeah, right.
And I started off from the wheels. I just wanted to do the wheels. I was obsessed with doing this rocking mechanism here.
Oh, wow.
I know, we just totally came in from a different angle, but I got my rocking wheels there. But the Technic pieces really, they lend themselves to this sort of thing really easy.
Right.
And then I've got my articulated arm here. And it articulates like up and down, left and right. I wanted it to like spin around so that he could do a selfie, but I decided to put a little selfie camera on over here as well.
Oh, there you go.
And then we've got our upright camera over here, and that funny sort of hexagonal thing on the back.
Okay. Yeah.
And rear camera over here. So yeah, I managed to get something out of that. That's quite
Fantastic. Well
yeah,
done.
I'm quite pleased with that. That's quite a satisfying little build.
Okay, last question.
Okay, I've got one for you. How about, what are the 2 moons of Mars?
Right, so one of them is something to do with like phobias. So it's like Phobos or Phobos or something like that. Phobos. Pho is the boss. So he's obviously the bigger, he's the boss, right? So Phobos.
From a Vietnamese person's standpoint, like pho, the noodles is definitely the boss.
There you go, brilliant. So it's just a bunch of people eating noodles on Phobos.
Definitely.
And I don't know. The second one, I don't know.
The other one is Dimos. Any ideas what that means?
Well, there was a dime bar, wasn't there? Like a chocolate bar.
Noodles on one, chocolate on the other.
There you go.
Alright, so Phobos. Phobos means fear, and Dimos means dread, which, if you ask me, they are the same thing.
Absolutely.
But why? Why did they choose the names fear and dread?
Just because they're kick-ass names, aren't they? Like Mars, the god of war, and people are going to be afraid of the god of war, and people are going to dread the god of war. So there you go.
I guess, yeah.
Well,
So,
what's the real reason, though?
They were named after the horses that pulled the chariot of the gods of war. Of the god of war. Mars, right? So Mars actually rides into battle with 2 horses, Phobos and Dimos.
And were they particularly cowardly horses? Is that why?
Oh. He's the one that's scared. He's the one that's just dreadful.
Mars, they're going to come on, goddammit. There's a war.
I really don't like war. I really don't like war. No, okay. Yeah, Phobos and Dimos were the names of the horses that pulled the chariot of Ares. And Ares was a Greek god of war. So, Mars, basically.
Wow. But why the change in language? Or why the change in like cultural history or whatever? Do you know what I mean? Why is one named after the Roman god of war and then the other moons? Did the I need to think about this before I ask. I might sound stupid asking the question, but was it like the Romans discovered Mars and then the Greeks discovered their moons?
What? I wonder, maybe it's
because the Egyptians discovered Mars. The ancient Egyptians, that's a fact. I should have used that as a question because you clearly wouldn't have known the answer. But it was the ancient Egyptians that discovered, like 2,000 years BC.
So I'm Andy.
And I'm Tarik. Thank you for watching. Be sure to like, comment and subscribe, and we'll see you next time on Beyond Blocks.